A few weeks ago I bought a new 2016 Dodge Ram. Tonight I'm going to put the I-board running boards on. First step is to make sure that everything that's supposed to come in the box is in the box. So let's get to that. Alright, I went through the sheet and pulled everything out of the box. Everything is there. Some of the brackets over here, especially these two right here, I didn't see any marking on them, but by comparing them to what's on the sheet itself, I could tell which ones they were. Everything else counted out right. So now we'll do the next step, removing the tape from under the carriage. You can see the tape there, and a piece of tape there, all the way down the back here. There's little tapes covering the holes. So we'll start by taking those off. And the holes don't appear to be threaded. Although I do have threaded holes here at the bottom. So this has got holes here, but there's no nuts in it. I'm leaving the tape on the carriage for now so I can remember where it was that I took it off from. Although it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, tape's all off the driver's side. Okay, back under here. My front one does have threaded inserts, so I'm okay there. Center one does not, and the back one does not. I didn't need to take all these other pieces of tape off, so that's why I'm glad I didn't just throw them away, because I can put them all back on. Now for the center one that doesn't have it, we have to use this bolt. We slip this into the hole, and then we line this nut up with the hole down here, like this. And it came with this nylon retainer that we thread onto this bolt. And this keeps it from falling inside while we're working here. Of course, once it's bolted on, we won't have to worry about it. This just keeps it in there so we can line it up. So we can line it up like that and have the nut in this hole. So we can have the nut in this hole. I don't know if you can see that, but I have it lined up. Alright, let's get the brackets. Okay, since my front one has the threaded insert, by following those instructions, I'll put this bolt and washer assembly through here and bolt that on to the far right. Okay, I tightened it down just snug so that I can move it if I need to. You will need a set of metric sockets to work these, because they were all metric bolts. Alright, so next I have this support bracket that I need to bolt on like that, and then it will bolt here to the frame like that. Okay, so this will use two flat washers, the nylon hex nut, locking nut, to put that on. So I'll get that on, and then the same thing here, only we'll be using the smaller bolts to bolt it to that. And once I get that done, I'll show you a picture of it. Okay, so I've got this on. I've got these two bolts in here, and I got that bolt there. They're semi-tight. I don't have them completely tight. I may have to loosen them up a little bit to make sure I get this at the right level and everything, but we'll get to that later. Oh, and since I only had metric sockets, I had to use the poor man's metric wrenches to tighten the nuts down. Just thought I'd mention that. Alright, so if you remember over here, we put the bolt plate in there and put the nylon on there to hold it. And we're going to line it up with this hole over here, actually. This one on this side. We're going to line the nut up. The bracket will go like this. And we'll put a bolt in that hole. We'll put a nut on that bolt that's sticking out. I'll do that and then come back. Okay, so I got this on. Took a little finagling to get the nut lined up with this bolt lined up with the nut on the other side. First I tried putting this nut on to keep this from falling off, but that didn't work because you couldn't, with the nut loose, you couldn't turn the bolt plate very well, so I had to take the nut and washers off, get it lined up, and then I put this on very carefully, pulled this into position, and then put this bolt in. Once the bolt was threaded and finger tight, then I put the nut back on. Alright, so now I'm just going to repeat that down there at the end, and we'll have all three brackets on. Okay, I want to point out on these bolt bars, you're going to use these bolts, which are the shorter ones here, and they're going to go with these silver lock washers and these flat washers, whereas this bolt that's welded in, that's going to use the bigger black lock washer and the bigger flat washer. So just make sure you grab the right ones when you're putting this together, so that you have the right lock washers in the right place. Okay, so I got both brackets on. Now when I put the bolt plate in the middle one, I had to go clockwise to the clockwise hole. On the rear one, I had to go counterclockwise to the hole more towards the front of the truck, just so you know. I've laid the running board on there, and we're going to use these bolts here. These are the M8 25mm, and you can tell which ones they are because you have a whole bunch of them, because there's, as you can see from the instructions, there's 4 per support. We're also going to use flat washers, which we have a bunch of these, and a bunch of these lock washers. So I'm going to get the 4 of them started, and then we'll level everything up. Now on the runner, one end says I-board by APS, and the other side says patent product. I had to have patent product at the front of the vehicle, and then they all lined up. So with patent product at the front, they all line up on the brackets perfectly. So just wanted to let you know that, so you don't run into the same issue that I did. Alright, so now I'm going to tighten up the bolts, starting with those under the running board, and then I'll move under the carriage and tighten all those up. And this side should be done. So these are rated at 300 pounds. I'm over 300 pounds. So let's see how it does. Seems pretty solid to me. Does flex a little bit, but I think they're going to hold up good. Well, that takes care of the first side. As you can see, it's getting dark, so I'll have to finish passenger side on another day. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, the other side is just going to be a repeat of what we did here, except the front will have the same bracket as the middle and the rear. They'll just be reversed because it's on the other side of the truck. But should be nothing new. If there is, I'll add to this video. Otherwise, once again, thanks for watching.